Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A few days ago, to be more precise, on the 16th of December, I made a video based on 3 or 4 articles claiming that Ukraine plans a new counteroffensive in 2024 as soon as they receive all those airplanes and fantastic weapons from the West. And in that video, which is right here, I explained why they couldn't possibly start a new counteroffensive with Ukrainians, because Ukrainians have no troops. By that time, they will have even less. So you can give them weapons, but who's going to operate them? I made the claim that probably is going to be the NATO member states. They're going to provide them with troops one way or another under an euphemistic term. I don't know. Peacemaking, love-making troops, volunteers, something like this. So what changed now? Well, the thing is, even Zaluzhny comes over and he says, there's not going to be a counteroffensive. Now, why is Zaluzhny telling us there's no counteroffensive? Is it because he got the memo or what? Or maybe he's like, people, shut the hell up. That's supposed to be a surprise attack. It's not going to be, everyone is going to be watching it. But he probably doesn't understand that for a lot of people and the mass media, what's going on in Ukraine is just like a, how do you call that? Those kind of, I can't remember how you call them, like the Survivor series. That's a place you got some people, you put them on an island and then you see how they survive, like a reality something. The same is over here, but they failed to understand that it's real and people die over there. But that doesn't matter. The things got blurred. There was a movie, if you remember, 1980s, 1990s movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can remember Running Man, I think it was called Run Man, where he was taken somewhere, prisoners or something like this, put in there were many movies like that, where he's put somewhere exactly like, and with videos, how they will survive under, how they will kill one another. No, over there, the people, among peoples and people watching and making bets and having fun, and those guys were killing one another. Now we're talking here about countries. So they are even far ahead of that kind of movie, what these guys envision there. So these guys are having fun and, oh my God, well, let's see what's going on in Ukraine. Not because they much care about it. I suspect it's because for them is a real reality show. That's how I think we call it. But they don't understand that these guys are dying over there. Countries are destroyed. Cultures will disappear. But anyway, what do you expect? An educated society is very, very sophisticated in its pleasures, in its hobbies. Garbage. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Garbage. But once you start giving the population bread and circus, as the Roman Empire did at their final, years of their, not years, actually hundreds of years of their slow descendants into barbarism, well, it's okay. They got Christianity, so they were in good hands. Then what do you expect? We're on the same spot. Bread and circus. Bread, this kind of handouts from the government, the same they did to keep you kind of like, don't go outside and rock the boat, just stay over there with your injections and your masks, so be afraid. It's another stupid reason to keep you away. It's so easy. Now, and then you have the spectacle as a war, international war, and other garbage, but this mainly. So he comes and says the same thing. Look at this guy. And I will tell you a few things about Zaluzhny from my perspective. General Zaluzhny. From Ukrainska Pravda, today, Monday, 18th of December. Ukrainian commander-in-chief on alleged new counteroffensive. I can't say, otherwise it will be a show. Show because the Russians will figure it out. Don't you think they know it? Why did they say it in the first place? As I mentioned in this right here, propaganda works with images, with myths, with future. I provide you this. Look, that's what I'm going to get you. Follow me. Otherwise, that's bad. So come with me. It's so simple, man, when we human beings are as we are. So let's see further here. Valery Zaluzhny, commander-in-chief of Ukraine's armed forces, has stated that he could not comment on military plans. Otherwise, it would be a show. It's obvious, but he doesn't understand and he can't stop these guys enjoying themselves. And they will receive what mass media wants them to get, which is the show. The show is real people losing real lives. And they're all empathetic about it. If I suspect, that's my personal suspicion, if these guys will stop, as they say, stop the war in Ukraine, these guys will be these guys, the idiots, no, I'm not talking about all of us, these guys will be so upset. It's going to be a sad day. They have to switch the channel to something else. And something else will be what? Maybe Israel now? And next one is going to be what? The Balkans? Kosovo? Maybe the next one is going to be Iran. Maybe it's going to be the Houthis. And maybe it's going to be the Taiwan. As you can tell, in all of these things, somewhere in there, there is United States of America involved. Why? You got to have your dog in a fight. That makes it a little bit more exciting. It's your boys rooting for us. Yeah, you ask, where is United States of America in Ukraine? Everywhere. Everywhere. Even before the 24th of February 2022, United States was in it. You can go to 1994, you can go to 1991, you can go to 1994, 2014. You can go there. The evidence is there. You just have to put them together. Connect the dots. In this case, you're allowed to connect the dots because it's not you're allowed, okay? You're not going to be called anti yet. So RBC Ukraine citing Zaluzhny's comments to journalists, and I'm quoting, "This is a war. I can't say that I plan what we should do. Otherwise, it will be a show, not a war." Zaluzhny, I think you are naive in life, but I'm gonna tell you why I think that. The price of which is human lives. You can't be specific about that in any case. Furthermore, the media outlet asked Zaluzhny to comment on Bild story citing German intelligence sources that Russia supposedly has a medium-term plan to seize Ukrainian territories. And he said, "I would not like to comment on this issue. It is not my area of expertise. There are people responsible for this who have relevant information." End quote. I like General Zaluzhny. Again, he was professional. He was a military. He was not a politician. He said he remained, I think, true to what so far he expressed in my assessment. I've been watching this since the beginning. I'm reading the Ukrainian news outlets, the Russian news outlet. And personally, I can tell you I've never seen Zaluzhny say something idiotic. I've seen many others, or maybe almost all others, with a few exceptions. When I'm talking about the Ukrainians, I've never seen Zaluzhny saying something stupid, never saying something. But I think, he said, "I can't do it. I can't say it because it's a show." He's the guy that is logical. Illogical. We're talking about human lives here. No, we're not talking about I'm going to tell them, and these guys will know what are we going to do. But it's okay. You're going to have all those Budanovs and all those Danilovs. They're going to come forward, or Ignats are going to all come forward and say, "We're going to have a counteroffensive. We're going to fuck them up, man." Shut the hell up. Do you think the Russians don't know that? I guarantee you the Russians know everything these guys are doing. Remember in the Second World War, remember the Enigma? If you're familiar with the Second World War, you should know about the Enigma. Enigma was a coding machine for the Germans called Enigma. And their messages were coded by this fantastic Enigma machine, a coder and decoder, coder and decoder. And very early in the war, I think the Poles downed one, or I can't remember exactly who downed one German plane. I can't remember where that was, but the Poles got the Enigma and gave it to the Brits. So from the 1941, maybe something like this, the West, or 41, 42, I think it was 41, the Westerners knew everything. They could try to decode the I'm talking about the Americans, the Brits. They knew they could decode the German messages on the war. So it's not that easy. It gives you the first decoding step, and then you have to understand what the hell these guys are talking. So there's more ways to code, obviously, a message. You just don't just code it with the words, and then it makes sense. And then the second coding, the message was coded to the second level, third level. It depends. It's not only one level. You got the Enigma. But anyway, it was the most important. These guys could not decode, and they did. So they potentially knew what the guys were talking about. So the same here. I think the Russians already know what the Ukrainians are doing, and possibly the other way around. It's not that complicated. You have people inside. How they communicate with the home base, that's the tricky one, because you can get information, but then how you do communicate it, because you are under supervision, are under total control, and I guarantee you that Zaluzhny is under the total monitoring of his secret service, Zelensky's or whomever. The Americans. Do you think that the Americans leave Zaluzhny do whatever he wants? No, he's monitored 100%. I guarantee you that. All of these, they were not left on their own. Zelensky is monitored. People that could do something or say something. Yermak, or obviously Danilov. These guys are, and they know it. They should know it, unless they are tards. That's a different story. So here you have Zaluzhny, which I think he is one of the logic guys over there. He still reasons. He's not saying stupid stuff so far, and it's been 2 years almost. I've never heard him say something idiotic. And for his statements, he got in trouble. First time it was, I think, in June, July, maybe August last year, or September, something in the summer, when he said that for a counteroffensive he needs, 500 tanks. Oh my God, they all jumped on him and he said, well, that's how much I need for a counteroffensive to be successful. That's my assessment. Oh, shut up. Then again, he got in trouble with other things, with saying that the war is a stalemate. Again, oh, shut up. Well, he's the expert, isn't he? Isn't he the expert? Not Zelensky or Budanov or Yermak. These are not the experts. These are the clowns. Maybe not Budanov, because Budanov still, works in the security services, military intelligence. But all right, my friends, here it is. There's I can't tell you anything about it. I don't know why these guys are talking so loudly. Maybe for confusion reasons, because you give mixed signals, and the Russians will not know, like they don't know your capability. Please. I mean, the Russians probably know exactly how many weapons go and where they go, or have an idea, so they know if you can conduct one or you can't. Do you think that you cannot see where the troops are moving if you still have the troops? I mean, this is just garbage, but whatever. Just for the public, remember the public, some kind of public watches this as a reality show. You don't believe me? Okay, maybe you should interact with more people and you're gonna find out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.